What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Dr. Tarika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in success and progress. So happy to be with you tonight. I haven't seen you guys since last year, and it's been a wild closing of 2021 for me. So that means that we really haven't connected live in a very long time, like well before the holidays. So I'm just super excited to be with you tonight. I hope that you guys, and so we do know that my volume is working on one platform at least. I'm joining you live from several forms, so you guys can be watching me on YouTube. But I just want to say thank you for watching me from wherever you are. And if you are joining me via the replay, please take a second to put that in the comments. Replay. A lot of you do it. I do appreciate it. Some don't. Some kind of ignore that when I do it. But what that does is it helps me to get an idea of when my viewers are available, when they're partaking of my content, and when it's, really giving you what you need. And so the goal going into 2022 is not to take your loyalty for granted. You guys have been so good to me and my loved ones in terms of just being supportive. I'm just taking a second to look at some of the other platforms I'm on. Yep, so you guys can see me. You guys can see me. Okay, great, great, great. So yeah, I just want to thank you first and foremost for rocking with me. Some of you have been with me for a good 5 or 6 years. Some of you are fairly new to following me, as I've seen like a boost in followership lately, and I've got. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to tell you that I'm super excited about what the coming year is going to hold for all of us. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that in just a moment. So, again, let me reintroduce myself as we walk into 2022. My name is Dr. Tarika Lewis. People call me Dr. Lou, and I help people to succeed using several tools. Let me say it this way: I help people to boss up in their lives, their careers, their businesses, and their relationships. And we tend to do things around here using knowledge, awareness, and understanding, in addition to so many other tools, training and education, you name it, because I'm a firm believer that if you are committed to getting your life on the right track, if you're committed to moving up, to bossing up and getting to that next level, you will do it. And that when the student is ready, the teacher will come. So whether it's education that we're partaking in, coaching, consulting, books that I may have written or what have you, I am boss up to live the life experience that you desire and deserve, and to do it with a little style and grace and pizzazz. So anyway, I hope that you rang in the new year in the best and most healthy of ways, whether you did or not. Just know that we are here now, and our goal is to continue to move forward, and there's no time like the present to make a commitment to do so. All right, so thank you so much again for joining me. If you haven't already done so, drop something in the comments letting me know where you're watching from, or whether you're watching live or via the replay. And we're going to continue, we're going to move forward. Tonight I'm going to be saying what's up to 2022 with you, and I also want to share with you guys a few things that I'm going to be leaving behind. I've already left them behind in 2021, or I'm dropping them by the wayside now, and some things that I want to carry forward with me into 2022. Now, that is super important. Although this year I came to realize in a very unique and special way that we don't always get to ring in the new year like we want to. We don't always get to do the ceremonial parts, the pomp and the circumstance like we want to. I kind of found that out the hard way, just because sometimes life happens, right? It does, it does, it does. And so, because of that, um, there are times that things happen a little differently. You don't get to, or that you have plans to do. But that's okay, because what matters is that you choose right now what direction you want to move in, and you begin to take steps in that direction. And so if you haven't already done so, take a moment to release and say goodbye to whatever you choose to let go of that you don't want to take into or further into 2022 with you. And let's pick up some things that are going to make us more successful, happier, healthier, more whole. All right, so the first thing that I'm saying goodbye to in 2022 is bitterness. I am done being bitter and angry. And in the sentiments of Mr. Nelson Mandela, Bandiba as he is known, no more drinking poison for me and expecting somebody else to hurt behind it. And I'm not a real devious person. I'm not a harsh person. I'm not a hurtful person. That's not something I do. But I can tell you that there are some things that I'm just over. And one of them is going to be past. Now, that's not the same thing as being in denial. So if there are people that are unhealthy for me, I'm not saying that I'm going to leave that in my life. I'm saying that I'm not going to walk around bitter. It's time to move on and move around. Number two, I am letting go of petty arguments. And for those of you that are here with me, you're listening, again, I am Dr. Sharika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou. I am your partner in success and progress. We're talking a little bit about what we're carrying into 2022 and what we're letting go of, that we're leaving either behind us in 2021 or just behind us before today. And after that, I'm going to have a little surprise for you guys at the end in terms of one of the first things I'm going to do to support you as we go into 2022. But I'll tell you about that at the end. All right. So anyway, number one was bitterness. I'm not carrying bitterness into 2022. Number two, petty arguments. If you want to argue, in the words of Plies himself, I can't argue with you. If you mad, you're gonna have to go on somewhere else with that. I teach myself on that one. I've already been challenged in that area, and it's only 9 days into 2022. So I'm sure this year is going to be a doozy, but I'm sure it's going to be just as sweet as it is challenging, and I'm not worrying about it. So I am not taking petty arguments with me into 2022. If you mad and you're trying to spread that around, you're gonna have to spread it somewhere else because it will be shut down as far as I'm concerned. You know why? Because I'm happy. And if you ain't trying to support my happiness, leave me alone. All right. So that was petty arguments. I am also leaving the past behind. And some of you are going to say, duh, no, of course, we're leaving the past behind, but you'd be surprised how many people carry the past with them everywhere they go. They say they're leaving the past behind. And then if you ask them any question that requires them to tell you who they are, what they like, what they don't like, whatever the case is, the past is going to come up. And you're going to see pretty soon that they're trying to live in the past in the present. And I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people do it. It's actually impossible to do. If you are alive right now, you are not in your past. Even if this moment feels like a past moment, it's absolutely not. But a lot of people hold on to the ideas and the experiences of their past so tightly that they almost feel like they're living in it. They conduct accordingly and they recreate it, or life tends to recreate similar situations. So I'm leaving the past behind. I'm going to bring the lessons I've learned with me. I'm going to bring the wisdom with me. I'm going to bring the growth, but I am not going to stay seated in the past itself, nor am I going to identify myself as my past. And I'm not going to identify you as your past either. So that means even if you're doing the same thing that you have always done, what I'm not going to do is, hold that as the present reality for both of us right now. All right. So the past is leaving it behind. Let's see what we're on. Number four. Yeah, number four. Number four, I'm going to leave struggle muscle memory behind. What I mean by that is this. Muscle memory, for those of you that are athletic at all, muscle memory is when you do something so much that your muscles instinctively do it. As a matter of fact, most of us could walk with our eyes closed and without thinking about it. Now, we might walk into a wall or something, but as far as the picking them up, putting them your feet forward, walk, you could do it. There are a lot of things that you could probably do without thinking about it. Those things are etched into your muscle memory, right? And I'm still checking my feed here. Yeah, those things are etched into your muscle memory. They are the things that you hold on to and you do so much. There we go. They're the things that you hold on to and you've done so much that you instinctively do it. I'm letting go of the struggle muscle memory. And with it, also the holding on to what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. I am not going to instinctively do what my muscles may have been trained to do because of what I've done in the past when it comes to struggle and when it comes to holding on to pain. I'm going to stand flat-footed and present in the now. And I'm going to make decisions that carry me forward into where I want to be, into where I want to go, and present me as who I am right now, who I believe myself to be in the most positive light. And so for me, like, I am saying these things to say I've made a decision. This is my now, and I'm carrying forward into my future until such time as I change my mind and replace it with something better. All right. So no more struggle muscle memory. All right. Also, no more conditioning to pain and toxicity. See, if I'm going to experience, I can say I'm not going to embrace it. I'm not going to carry it with me. I'm not going to pull it into my future. It's not going to be my pattern, my everyday reality. That's not going to happen anymore. I'm done with that. And it is so easy to you think that that's just who you are and that you're out, that you're not rocking like that until you realize that toxic relationships are filled with patterns and toxicity. There we go. Toxic relationships are filled with patterns, right? There are people who are toxic and will be very uncomfortable if you release that and stop being toxic with them. So as I move further into 2022, what I'm not going to do is hold on to that toxic behavior, hold on to those toxic patterns, hold on to just recreating painful situations. And whether you are an acquaintance, a person I barely even know, or family, if we can't be healthy together, then we can't rock together. We need to give each other some space. I'll pray for you, you pray for me. But what I have learned is that we will not be doing what's best for ourselves and doing things any other way. So I'm done playing with that. I want to be healthy and I want to contribute to the health of others around me. All right. Next, I am letting go of self doubt and insecurity. So if that makes you uncomfortable, and I say that because there are a lot of people in this world that feel uncomfortable around confident people. We call it arrogance, we call it disrespect, and all this other stuff. And some people are just confident. They choose not to doubt themselves and they choose not to be insecure. I know how to do that and be that. I have struggled with allowing others to see that because I have found that it makes many people uncomfortable and they go on the attack. But you know what? You're just gonna get these hands, and that could be figuratively or however it needs to be in terms of if you're gonna attack my well-being this year. So I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be secure. I know from whence I am made. I know what I'm here for. And I encourage you to find that out for yourself in whatever way you pursue deeper understanding and meaning in your life. And don't let anybody take that away from you. And understand that it is important sometimes to just be a conscious observer. Sometimes you just need to watch people for a while and you'll begin to see all of these patterns, including people who get mad, uncomfortable, and or upset if you're feeling good, doing good, and succeeding. So you have to release that if you want to move forward and build your life experience to be the one that you desire and deserve, if you want to be all that you are destined to be, if you want to fulfill your fullest potential. I choose to do that. I know what I've seen me do, and I know what I've seen me through. And in 2022, I refuse to let anybody cause me to doubt that ever again. That sounded almost like bars, didn't it? All right. I am also letting go of a wasteful mentality. And what I mean by that, you can waste a lot of things, right? You can waste time, you can waste energy, you can waste my love, you can waste my effort, you can waste my emotional investment. I'm going to first and foremost let go of a mindset that would allow me to waste it in places and on people who don't care enough about me to build me up or strengthen me or be a part of my positive life experience. I'm not going to waste my efforts and my energy on things like that. So I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my emotional investment. I'm not going to waste my love. If you don't like me, I respect your right to not like me. I respect your right to feel that way. If you are angry at me and you don't want to work toward a healthy solution for both of us, then I respect your right to be in that space. But you will be in that space without me. I don't mind visiting challenging areas or problem areas if we're going to be making things better. But what we're not going to do is sit around arguing, bickering back and forth, and disrespecting one another or tearing each other down. And that means I'm not going to allow myself to get torn down either. You do what you will. If you want to work on things together for the betterment of all, I'm here for it. But anything else, I can't argue with you. Now I got flies stuck in my head. I can't get it out. All right. So those are the things that I'm letting go of in 2022. Matter of fact, I've let go of them already. I would have to go out of my way to pick them back up. And I refuse. I am not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. Now, here are the things I'm embracing in 2022. I'm carrying those forward with me. I am happy to have them. They are with me. They are in me. They're going to be with me. And that's the way it is. Number one, positive growth. Even if it's scary, as long as it's a change for the better, I am embracing it. preferably positive, lasting change for the better for it. All right. Healthy relationships. People who love me for no reason are going to get all kinds of love from me this year. I got too many people like that in my life. I don't want to take them for granted. I know I'm blessed to have even one person that's like that. And so if you can think of anybody in your life that loves you, embrace that. Use that love to build a better life experience. Don't get lazy in it now. Don't sit there and say, hey, Theodore Blankenship, not sure where you are, what's up. I don't quite understand your comment. But if you're trying to say something to me, you want to say it again, I'll be happy to respond. But yeah, so I am not going to, I'm not going to try to force things to be better or different than what they are. But for those that love me and we have healthy relationships already that's lasted through the test of time, then I'm going to build on those. I'm going to strengthen those. And I'm going to try to create more of those if I'm to create any further relationships at all. What I am going to be doing that kind of fits in the last category is if it's an unhealthy, dysfunctional, toxic relationship, we're going to prune that joker. I'm going to do everything I can not to pluck it up out of the garden. But what we're not going to do is allow it to flourish and thrive in toxicity. Healthy relationships. All right. And those of you that have been loving me, nothing to love this year. All right. Forgiveness. I'm carrying forgiveness forward with me. And with it, all the release that comes with letting go of things that don't serve me. So all of those things that I said earlier, and I said, if you're doing this, that, and the other, then I'm not going to be doing that with you. That's fine. It doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to cut you loose forever, but I'm going to forgive and I'm going to release what needs to be released so that I can stay healthy, so that I can be well, so that I can be whole, so that I can function for my family, my friends and loved ones. And more importantly than that, so that I can begin fulfilling or to continue to fulfill my purpose on this earth. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help boss up. I'm here to help people grow. I'm here to help people get to know who they are in the great I am, and who I am is in them. And I'm not going to fail people this year. I'm just not. Some of you have been rocking with me too long. It's time for you guys to get what you came for. All right. So forgiveness, so that I don't carry the bitterness, so that I don't carry the anger, so that I'm not Queen Petty. As I mentioned earlier, we're just not going to do. So I'm carrying forgiveness forward with me. Now, forgiveness is not the same as justification. If you have done harm to me or those that I love, forgiveness doesn't mean you get to do it again. It just means I'm not going to hold on to it in my heart. I'm not going to drink poison thinking it's going to hurt you. I'm moving on, as should you. All right. Self-love. I'm carrying self-love forward into the year. I'm making sure to not only love myself, but to honor the self-love of others. All right. And so that is super, super, super important, is that we honor others' right and ability to love themselves and to care for themselves. And what I mean by that is this: it's time to stop asking other people to put us first. We ought to care for ourselves enough to let that be the model for how we love others. Regardless of what spiritual text you look into, you are advised to love others as you love yourself. That doesn't mean love them first and then you'll figure out a way to love yourself, because that would be the opposite of the way you need to love others. What that means is learn how to love yourself and then use that as a model to love others. All right. It'll be worth your investment, your energy, and your time. Unapologetic meanness, not meanness, MENESS. I choose to be unapologetic this year, and I choose to be me. And sometimes I'm socially awkward. Sometimes I'm the belle of the ball. Sometimes I blow myself away. Sometimes I knock my own socks off. And sometimes I I need a little love. It's a bless her heart kind of situation. And in the South, when people say bless your heart, what they really mean is poor thing. You know, I'm gonna be merciful to you today. I need some of that bless your heart kind of love from time to time as well. And so I say that to say, either way, I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to present myself. I'm going to present my whole self. Now, what you stand up and demonstrate yourself to be will determine how far into my personal space you get, which boundary you run up against. But I'm going to be me wherever I stand. I love myself enough that that's what you're going to get. And with that, you'll be able to get some of the things that you came here for: support, love, all the other good things. I've only got a couple more things, guys. All right. So other things I'm carrying forward into 2022, happiness and joy. I'm not forward just for the sake of heaviness. There is so much going in the world, so much going on in the world right now, to be heavy about. I'm going to send love where love is due. I'm going to honor those who need to be honored. I'm going to remember those who paved the way and came before me and who lovingly made things better. Others. But I'm also going to embrace happiness and joy without excuse, without fail, without need for a reason every chance I get. Because if nothing else, I have learned over the last couple of years that we need to stop treating every minute like we know how many. I'm not gonna say any more than that. I don't believe in being doomsday there and all that other stuff. But what I mean by that is this: be happy and live fully in every moment, because you never get a single moment back. I don't care if this moment seems like the same the moment that passed 10 minutes ago. It's absolute same age they are right now. Again, 10 years from now, they're going to be older. No matter how you look at it, you will never be the same age you are again. Tomorrow you'll be a day different than you are today. And with that, all things change. And so I'm going to squeeze all the good I can out of this moment and every moment that I'm living in, so that when I get to the next moment, my tank is filled and I'm ready to face it. Wealth. I'm carrying wealth forward into 2022. I don't usually go around saying a lot about things like that because people hate on you. You start talking about your vision, your dreams, and the things that you want to do, and people find a way to poo-poo on it over and over again. And I'm not trying to be negative about people, but people do. Not all of them, but enough of them. So, but I'm saying that as part of my creed, because whether you like it or not, it is what I choose for myself and my family this year. You ought to make a choice for yours as well. Peace. I'm carrying peace and clarity. No more worrying for worrying's sake. And once I'm clear about something, it doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. I love you, but I will be standing on what I'm clear about, and in the peace of mind and knowing that I'm doing what I need to be doing when I need to be doing. Embracing in 2022. Now, as you can tell, I didn't have a whole lot of, I didn't have any resolutions in there. No promises. And part of that is because, and I did a video like 5 years back, 6 years back, on how I think like 80-90% of people who make New Year's resolutions don't keep them. Of those 90% who, drop the New Year's resolution, half of them have dropped it by the end of January, and half of those people have dropped it by before June. Bottom line is all these promises, you know what? Just commit. Just start committing and setting goals. And speaking of setting goals, that is my first commitment to you for this year as we go into 2022, and let it be more a year of action, a year of manifesting the things that you've been thinking about and dreaming about all along, but you put it off. Because what did 2020 and 2021 teach us is don't put it off. A lot of people that thought they were going to be here this year are not. So let's do what we can to make our environment better, to live in our fullness of who we are, who we were made to be. So I'm going to do I'm starting a 5-day challenge, a 5-day goal setting challenge, free of charge for anybody who enrolls between now and Tuesday. I may extend that, but I'm starting on Tuesday. All right. So every day at 3:00, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I will be jumping on live. I said 2. I should have said 3. Every day at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be jumping on live to talk to you about another topic, another tool in your toolkit to help you to not only set goals, but to achieve them. See, most people don't set goals. 90% of people don't set goals. And of the people who do set goals, I think the percentage is like 80% of those people don't achieve them. And part of that is because we don't know how to set goals. Of course, we don't feel confident. There are a lot of things that factor into it, that keep us from living our dreams, that keep us from building more, that keep us from keeping that stop us from keeping that promise that we made to our 5-year-old selves that we were going to do or be this, that, or the other. Well, this year, let's change all of that. All right. So 5-day goal setting challenge, free of charge. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. We're taking a day off Friday to give you time assignments if you haven't already. And then Saturday and Sunday will be available at 3 p.m. Eastern time on each of those days. You will receive an email if you register. You will receive an email with a link to the live and the assignment for the day and the topic for you to consider that you'll put in your toolkit. The assignments are reasonable. It's not like you're going to be taking a college course, but at the same token, it's not a waste of your time. It will be things so that at the end of it, you will have something to show for completing this challenge, and you'll be ready to go off and set and achieve your goals. You'll be ready to make something happen. Okay. All right. And so free of charge, it starts Tuesday, but you need to register now, because once we fill up, it's closed, and it's not something that I'm going to be rotating throughout the year, probably at this point. Also, those lives will be available throughout the week, but once the challenge is over, a couple of days after, those lives will come down, and that will be a paid course from here on out. It will not necessarily be a free challenge again. So don't miss out on this opportunity, free of charge. I will be live. You will get to ask questions at the end of each session, and if I see that going over, we'll talk about how to make that work for everybody. So I am dropping, let's see, here's your link. Putting your link on the screen right now. It's at the top of my website. You can't miss it. So anyway, there it is. And I'm also going to pin this in the comments of this live once I'm done. So it is so good to be with you today. It's so good to be back in front of the camera. It's so good to be moving. It's so good to be alive, like really alive. And I just want to thank you guys that are going to watch this via the replay, and those of you that rocked with me tonight. I'm a night owl, but I will be offering more live sessions during the day a little bit earlier for those of you that are on the East Coast in America or further over. I got some friends across the pond. Guys, love you just as much. So I can't wait to be connecting with you as well going forward. So don't waste time. Go ahead and register for this free challenge, and we'll get started on Tuesday. I cannot wait to see you. Let's set some goals and let's make them happen this year. Let's let 2022 be the year, the breakout year that you transform your life. Because sharing in this challenge, these are things worked for me. They have worked for clients, both adults and children. They have worked for many, many people that I have worked with and others have worked with. So they really do help you to get in the pocket, make things happen. And the kinds of things that you can make happen are things that will change your life forever. I can tell you that once you start accomplishing your goals, your life really doesn't go back to being the same. You will never again be a person who hasn't experienced it. You will always have that experience in your heart, in your rear view, in your pocket. You will have it. So give yourself the gift of goal setting this year. Until next time, oh my goodness, thank you so much for staying with me, for watching me all the way through. If you haven't already done so, like, follow, subscribe, depending on where you're watching me. And definitely drop something in the comments and let me know. Set some goals for this year, or if you've made resolutions and how ready you feel to accomplish them. Until next time, it's your girl, Dr. Tarika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in success and progress. I love you. I believe in you. And now I am out.